That's LMP, you dork.
You dick.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode 97. We are live. We were a few minutes late because I was working on the thumbnail. Please enjoy it. And if you enjoy it a lot, just don't tell us. And what you are looking at is the handiwork of Mr. Adam of Raiders of Lost Flicks. Why don't you say hello?
What's going on, everybody? My name's Adam, and I like bad movies.
And bad memes, bad apocalypse. So there we go.
Guilty.
Mr. Pete, step up and do whatever it is you're going to do.
Good evening, Fan Caste audience. I'm Etep, Queen of the Place to Be Reviews, right here with all of yous, and right now that's all I got. So let me toss it back to Brainmuffin.
All right, I got to remove my screen because I forgot that I was sharing. And you guys don't need to see the porn that I watch while they talk. I'm looking to see if
us watch it. He forces us to watch porn.
Oh my God.
He promises us it'll be candy, and it's porn.
The dogs have started fighting already.
It has begun.
It has begun.
It has begun. So what do you guys think of the thumbnail?
Only you can switch to dog.
If I could see it, damn thing's not pulling up.
Only you can switch the dog food? Is that what you said?
Switch to dry dog food.
They do dry dog food.
Oh, they're eating dry dog food?
Yeah.
Okay, now switch them to that
lower
wet
the fiber.
Stuff. See how that goes.
The
for a
wet
couple
stuff
weeks.
will be much, much worse. Trust me.
Don't tell him that.
Dogs will be splattering his walls.
LMP, get your fat ass over here.
Oh, no.
I don't see him in the list. So, yeah, that was quickly put together, and I hear an echo. Wow.
Echo.
Not me.
It's me.
Not me. Is it?
Everybody's listening.
It's
Hey,
like,
it's MJ. 5 girls in a Yukon say hey. All right. I'm not sure what to make of that.
she's hosting a bachelorette party.
Oh, she's always doing something more interesting than the show.
Dude,
Every
that's
Friday night.
There's things that are more interesting than the show?
Apparently.
Since
well,
when?
if you're young and,
Oh.
can't say anymore, or I'm going to get in trouble or something else.
Okay, now I can see the thumbnail. It looks good.
Yeah. I like it.
All right. So we had, I know I listened to After Hours. I didn't listen to I was on briefly during the show last night. We've had all kinds of Star Wars news. Does anybody want to start with stuff? I mean, I know Mike Zero pulled some crap out of his butt, but
As usual.
Was he finally right about something?
Well, the show had something about, Star Wars rumors were right, but I never could figure out what they were talking about. What was right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know we've had all kinds of I thought the thumbnail has what's her name's character.
Right.
Oh, I'm blank on her name.
Speaking of thumbnails real quick, though, the one you put together, I'm looking at and I'm thinking, yeah, that's before and after feminism.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yep.
Those were the days.
I was trying to figure out how to get Abigail in there, and then I thought, well, maybe I'll make it smaller, and then it was just the perfect size. One had I'm getting echo again, but I turned it into a transparent, and I thought, I'll just put it right here. So anyway, I was actually trying to copy Jeff's style a little bit on the Marvel one, where he's got the text beside and it's just a solid background. That's what I had, and then I'm like, well, I don't have the Hall of Fame on here anywhere, and then I thought, well, this actually was the right size. So yeah, she's on a white background. That's how I was able to quickly make it transparent, because I suck. If I can't just click large areas to delete, then it ain't happening. I mean, I watch people go, and they say, take the rope, the lasso, and go around and all this, and I'm like, yeah, I don't have a prayer.
Yep. Same here. I use a meme generator and make all my thumbnails.
I need to learn how Nerdrotic takes and puts his text behind the image that's on his thumbnails. I don't know how to do that trick. I've never learned that one.
Let me see. What's he do?
Well, like he'll take it, like if there's a face,
see.
if there's a face on his thumbnail, he'll put part of whatever it is he types behind the face. And I like that.
What he's doing is he's taking a transparent or making it a near transparent. He's got a background that he puts it on, and he just layers that over the text. So it's just different layers. He's just changing
layers. Okay, all right, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if he's using Photoshop or whatever, but that's how you do that.
That's what I use.
But
unless they bring back Fireworks MX, I'm using Photoshop.
You just move the layers up and down. Yeah, I've got to start using the GIMP because I got to stop paying for them. It's getting expensive for what little I use. And when I was doing a lot of photography and using Lightroom constantly, it was really a big help. But now I hardly ever do that. And I upgraded. Nikon now has some free software that those few times that I need something, I can do everything I can want in there. I mean, I used to go in and if you look at my Flickr stream, you'll see some things where I was doing it like it was in Utah, and I was making these really drab pictures look really unbelievable, and it was really just messing with the contrast and different things, adding different filters. And when you shoot raw, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff with the image. If you JPEG, you get too much information gone. Yeah, in fact, the one we were in Antelope Island, and my wife and I took pictures of stuff, and then I showed her. She's like, "Where was that?" And I told her. She said, "I don't remember it looking like that." I said, "Yeah, but that's what it looked like if it was bright sunshine. We were there, and it was overcast and rainy, so painted in light and everything else. It's pretty cool." But I don't do any of that crap anymore. I don't even have time to mess with that. So, but we had trying to get back to the actual topic at hand. Although it sounds like none of us really know what the hell's going on. I know there's been all kinds of rumors. You know, they're going to go travel through time and all this stuff. And the Skywalker isn't. You know, is it they turn Luke into like a prophet or something, and it's the Skywalker religion.
Way, Brian. It's not one single rumor that we've heard makes us go, "Oh yeah, that would be cool."
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Well, we don't even have a trailer. I mean, we've had a teaser and some
member berries. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we had right.
Berry.
We had the member berries trailer, which was what the last 40 seconds, maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. It was like 30 seconds.
It looks like 30 seconds of concept art, and then your trailer, which looks like it's a scene ripped off of North by Northwest. So.
Right. Well, and I noticed on that trailer. I mean, it's been a while since I watched it, but it's like the last. I forget how long it is, but like the last 20 or so seconds is like ads for other stuff. It's like they go through all 6. You know, they go through the 3 original, the prequels, and then the other movies, and then like 12 seconds of the new stuff.
Yeah.
Just give us a word to take shots on. What?
Yep.
They think they'll just announce them on the radio. Somebody help me. I don't know what she's talking about. What's she talking about, Pete?
Let's see. Wait. They think I'll just announce them on the radio. Someone help me. Oh, something we say that they have to take shots on.
Okay.
Let me read an article from the Mary Sue about She-Hulk that I did a video on today, and they'll be drunk by the time the 3 paragraphs are over. No, but I found an article right here on Inverse with some of these leaks in it. I think it talks about Palpatine and Kylo Ren. It says when Kylo finds Palpatine, the big bad is not a clone, not yet a man. And they said that could mean a whole lot of things. First thing that brings to mind is he's being half man, half machine. This article is kind of jacked up.
Could mean he's Wesley Crusher,
the $1 million man,
the $6 million man. We can't rebuild him. We have the technology. We just don't want to spend a lot of money.
That's what I'd like to think. We can rebuild Star Wars. We have the technology.
Yeah.
We almost have the money.
I think they're going to do the clone gimmick with them. I really do. I think they're going to cherry pick from the EU once again, from the Dark Empire.
I was going to say that was in Dark Empire. Yeah.
Yep. That's like one of the things I kind of looked into because I went and bought the figures. I found them in a vintage shop. I bought a clone Palpatine and I bought Luke and Leia, which they both come with lightsabers because Leia uses a lightsaber, in the EU. And but no, I think that's what they're going to do. Jar Jar is going to cherry pick from the EU. Like I said, now they're talking about Disney's talking about using Mara Jade, and I don't believe they're going to use her in this movie because it's kind of late in the game to be shoehorning that in. But why
introduce a bunch of characters in the last movie of your trilogy?
Yep. Well, I think what they're going to do with her is they're giving her a TV show. They're going to do.
I mean, you didn't really introduce Jabba the Hutt in Return of the Jedi because you've been building it up since the last movie. So
yeah,
and he was technically in the first movie in a cut scene. But
Yep. So
he was a fat Irishman.
So these leaks, I don't know, like the whole I'm my own grandma thing now, like that is just, and her, what did we talk about the other night, Adam? Her
So now they're ripping off Futurama.
They may as well. They don't understand this franchise. They don't respect it. To them, just all science fiction's the same rubbish in their eyes. So let's just rip off of everything.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I can see live chats now.
Let's see here.
I'm waiting for Alex to get here so we can announce that we're going to produce his movie.
Yes.
Oh, Alex is coming.
He should. If he's not here, he's wrong. Shame on you for not being here, Alex. You
came with a great movie, yeah.
You let us down.
Well, is that it for Star Wars? I can't think of anything.
I don't know. You guys seem it's like I stole your dog and kicked you in the nuts or something. It's like Star Wars. We don't want to talk about Star Wars.
I know. I'm hurting on that. No, they but no, seriously though, we talked about the other night on the episode Wednesday. They're rumored that Rey is going to take on the name of Skywalker, and I was like, so they're going to do Luke just like they did Kevin Thor in Thor 4: Love and Legumes. They're going to just say, oh well, Thor's not a name, it's a title, just like Skywalker isn't his fucking name, it's a title now. So
yeah, but that's right out of the first movie. He who is worthy shall hold whatever it is that he whispers into the hammer.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's been a couple fan casts back since we had any kind of Star Wars discussion anyways, so it kind of blurs together the last couple of streams that I've been on, what we've actually talked about on this show. So if I'm repeating myself, please stop me. But it seems to me like there's a large portion of people within Lucasfilm that just don't understand the franchise that they own. They don't understand how it works, but they don't try to understand how it works. By doing that, they don't respect the fans. They look for key elements that they think that we like, and then they try to take those 2 or 3 things and then run with their own narrative. And then when it comes out and it sounds all weird and we don't like it, or we even express questions, if we even present questions, we question this stuff, we're told that we're wrong. That's it. Kind of reminds me of when these foreign filmmakers try to make an American film, but they don't understand how our dialogue operates, and then we watch those movies on Raiders of Lost Flicks in a watch party and have a good laugh. That's what Star Wars feels like. It's run by people that don't understand how the franchise works or respect how it works. They're more naive than I think people give them credit for.
Yeah, I don't know if it's not. Well, yeah, I don't know if it's naive or just. I mean, I agree that they don't get it.
Or lack of caring,
and I don't think they think they get it. I think that's the real punch in the gut is they think they understand, and then when you complain, you're just a bigoted, misogynist, a-hole. Plus, they're trying to make it more appealing to women by having these Mary Sue characters run around when it's like it was already appealing to women who liked it. Right? This is not Fried Green Tomatoes, the Star Wars story. This is it's a different piece, and to turn it into I mean, I think they started with they didn't understand what Star Wars is, and then they put their own political BS on top of that.
Well, I find your opinion problematic because who doesn't want to see Rey in the sisterhood of the traveling pants or whatever it is? I mean, really, like, no, this is serious. Like you said, that you can't. I mean, you can have female characters and make them good and well written, but they're lazy. They didn't want to do that. So they just, like you said, they just OP this character, and that's like a guarantee that you're going to piss people off with it because they're going, well, wait a minute. Why is she automatically the best at everything? As Doomcock says, the bestest ever, to just come in and, I'm automatically the best with a lightsaber. And I'm hitting stormtroopers at, 50 yards with a blaster, and I've never shot one before. And, the whole thing, like I said, it's nothing against Daisy Ridley personally, because she can only work with the material she's given, but this is lazy garbage film tier, and I don't expect anything to get better in episode 9. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Even if it was fried green tomato Star Wars, at least it would represent something. At least it would have a middle and a beginning.
Yeah.
And it would at least we would know what it is, and then we could try to understand it. But when you try to dissect that which is, The Last Jedi, and then try to fit it into the overall scheme of things, it doesn't fit at all. It's a big out of place piece that screws everything up, and it's. I never thought that it would come to this. I just didn't. But I knew that there might be a movie that might.
Said it was the best one ever.
Of course she did.
She was reading the script.
Because
Ryan Johnson's vision is so great. It was just so a breath of fresh air and heartwarming.
Ryan Johnson can't see through his own smug. He's sniffing his own farts over there. He can't see through his own smug. I mean, he is too. He's just that arrogant, just little soy ball. I just want to kick him like a freaking.
So speaking of fried green tomatoes, LMP came in. Well, I should say refried tomatoes.
Dying here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What happened, man? Did you get your appendix out or something?
Oh, guys, I did a stupid today. I had White Castle at work.
Oh, I told you don't eat White Castle sober, essay.
Yeah,
your West Mexican was walking through the front door voluntarily.
And one of my coworkers gave me some weird Asian fruit.
Oh. Yeah, well, it got rid of your accent. That's weird.
That's what they told you it was.
Oh God, I'm just as gringo as all of you.
Hey, remember, La Rosa ain't a color, essay. It's what's inside that counts.
Oh, the inside right now is shit. So is La Raza shit?
It's brown. I don't know. You tell me.
LMP, if you grab both sides of the coffee mug in the morning and you just kind of go, that's when you need to start worrying.
Oh man. Oh God, I feel terrible. I didn't even know if I was gonna make it on at all. I dragged my ass out of those. Oh God, I just dragged my ass out of the toilet just to get here. Surprisingly,
wait a minute. You dragged it into where?
What?
What are you sitting in your bedroom or something?
Well, of course, I can't be living in the toilet the whole night.
It serves you right, because White Castle's made out of Soylent Green. I would have warned you about that.
It's people. You're eating people.
Oh God, the worst part is probably made out of nothing but crackheads, since that's who goes to White Castle.
Yeah. Surprise, bitch.
No, guys, I'm starting to see colors.
Can you say some
the colors, man? Just see everybody as what they are.
This stream brought to you by Midnight's Edge.
Brought to you by Grey Water.
Oh, my stomach.
I wish I had that song "Colors" queued up by Ice-T right now. Colors. Oh,
speaking of that song, you know that song is in the movie Hancock, of all places.
Never seen that.
I haven't seen Hancock in so long.
I really watched it one time.
Yeah, I think I saw it when it first came out, and that was about 10, 11 years ago that came out, if not longer.
Well, I bought that movie on DVD. I didn't see it in theaters, but holy shit, that is a hilarious, unintentionally hilarious movie.
Well, yeah, he's a fucking drunk. It's like they would make Will Smith a drunk. I finally saw the trailer for Bad Boys 3 a week ago. I just never got around to watching it. And
I didn't know it existed until you just now said so.
Yeah, the Bad Boys for Life. And Will Smith, did he sell his soul to the devil? Because he looks exactly like he did in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air 30 some years ago, and it scares the fuck out of me.
I think
there were all those gay rumors, so
does he look like that in real life, or do they every TV appearance he's got it written into his contract that they use de-aging technology? Because
it's probably the same thing that Tom Cruise has. They have to de-age him so much in the close-ups, probably.
Because Martin Lawrence looks his age. He's just a little bit chubbier, little bit, that's Martin, but I love Martin. But yeah, Will Smith, dude, the dude does not age. Like, I mean, kudos to him because I know he keeps himself in shape and everything. I mean, obviously, but yeah, man. I mean, that's and the trailer looked good. It really did. I'm because I saw the first. I didn't see the second one in the theater, but I like both of them. You know, so I'm kind of stoked to see this one. I don't know if I'll catch it in the theater or not, but
Only ever loved Will Smith in 3 movies, man: Independence Day, Men in Black, and Hitch. And then after that, it was just all downhill from there.
I saw Hitch in the theater. That was a funny movie, man.
Great movie. It's the best thing Kevin James ever did.
Yeah. Yes. What, you didn't like Paul Blart too?
Nope. I mean, Paul Blart 1 was
3
serviceable, but Paul Blart 2 was just a big waste of time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're both bad movies, but honestly,
Yes.
I'll watch both of them for the enjoyment.
The first one had a hint of heart to it, but the second one was just Patty go boom.
Yep.
The search for more money, basically.
And as a member of the Fat People's Association, I am deeply offended by Fatty go boom humor.
The FPA.
Yeah.
I mean, I would probably say the same thing for me, but after eating White Castle, I probably crapped out my entire weight and body. So
Yeah, so your body's on a natural cleanse, and it's not going to be fun for you.
Well, this just turned into the high
Good
count.
thing the weekend's tomorrow.
Instead of EVS, we have LMP talking poop here.
oh god, don't compare me
stay
to
away
the
from
poop
swimming
talker.
pools. Just stay away from swimming pools.
Lady, do I have to spell it out for you? There's shit in the poop. All right, there's shit in the
Oh, don't mention that. It's killing my stomach. Oh,
poop.
I'm about to pass out.
God.
What you
Ladies,
need
calm
is
down.
a teaspoon of honey and a pint of Old Granddad, and you'll be fine.
Wait, what was that second one?
It's called Sprite and chicken noodle
pint.
soup.
A pint of Old Granddad.
That better be alcohol.
It is.
It is.
Okay, thank God. Ugh. Wait, I
No,
heard something
It'd be
about
funny if I
sugar.
didn't tell you that, and I'd watch you go into a pharmacy and ask for Old Granddad.
I was gonna
Okay.
say he was. I was gonna say he was gonna. Never mind. It was. Never mind.
Wait, is Mary Poppins able to serve that to me?
Are you talking to Emily Blunt, Mary Poppins?
Either one, they're both hot.
That's who should play She-Hulk is Emily Blunt. She got. Well, I can't remember.
Wait, that little
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
I
dude,
agree.
look. Hey, okay, all right. So let me
Doesn't She-Hulk stay green all the time?
this is my entire argument with this goddamn character because I did a video today on Stephanie Beatriz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine has kind of been like fantasy cast by one of the writers at themarysue.com in the role of She-Hulk. And I'm like, I think Stephanie Beatriz is funny in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think she's sexy. She's got like that smart ass bitchy humor like on the show, you know? So, I mean, it's kind of off-putting to some people, I'm sure, but like, I think she's funny at least on the show as a character. And, you know, I've seen a couple interviews. She seems like a genuinely like nice person, but they can't, you know, the author of course is, you know, a cat urine soaked, chain smoking Rachel Leichman, who's like, you know, hopelessly single and works for the marysue.com. So her life is automatically in the shitter or the cat box, so to speak. But no, so she's casted, you know, Rachel, that's, you know, Stephanie Beatriz. And it's, you know, and I think, like I said, I think if, she cosplayed or put on a America Chavez outfit and she made it look good. But as She-Hulk, no, man. I think they need to cast somebody at least mildly athletic, but still with the ability to act. Like I did another video, they're talking about Ronda Rousey. I was like, no, Ronda Rousey can't act. She's horrible. She's terrible. Does not need to go anywhere near anything.
You know what Pete reminds me of? He reminds me of Darren McGavin from Christmas Story. Like right after the lamp breaks, the lamp is the MCU. And poor Pete is sitting there. He's like, "Get the glue! I'm gonna fix this."
That's me.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's
He's gonna glue this shit back together no matter what.
God damn it, man. Yes.
There
No,
you go, LMP. Dave Applegate's got good advice for you there.
Oh
When you
God,
start-
Dave.
When you start to smell color, you're almost near halfway.
Oh Jesus, Dave. Not you too. Ed too, Dave. Ed too.
But no, man, I just don't think she
Wait
would
a minute,
be.
you gotta put a declension on the name. Etu Davey.
Oh, listen, I'm not gonna go that far now. Okay, I
Dave
can barely
Tay.
speak as it is.
Brute, right?
When you
Etu
walk to the
Brute.
light at the end of the tunnel, don't ask for candy. That's all.
Oh, wait, I see something at the end. Wait,
Would you like to play a game, LMP?
And it's
Chad
Ree
Kennedy.
Larson.
Wait a second. There's someone greeting me at the end of this light. Is that? There's someone at the end of the light of the tunnel. Oh my God! It's Eric. I see Eric.
Eric. He's calling to you.
It's Pikachu.
Wait, no. I was so close to the light.
He's eating Chipotle in heaven now.
Yeah. What have we been up to these days?
Ask him. Anyway,
I hate it when you produce like the most obvious answer.
I know, right?
Lord?
I'll ask.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be at Chipotle. Now I finally got all the pieces. I've been drinking since like 4, so
Of course you have. You said it like we're probably going to be surprised.
yeah. Well, I had
How many drinks did you brew?
what? Oh, did I brew? I haven't brewed. Well, what? Not. I haven't made anything in quite a while. I took a bunch of crap to Horror Hound and we drank half of it. So, or more than half.
He's probably got like 5 models in his
Stuff
basement
that
right
you
now
made?
brewing something.
Yeah. They got sick of brown beer by
What the fuck?
late Saturday. So I'm looking at creamy ale recipes. I've got some ideas that I want to do. They will rue the day. No. So anyway, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out if I can join them for Star Wars. I don't know yet.
Join for
So
what?
Dave Applegate put a trailer reaction on what? I know.
I think he's talking about Bad Boys 3.
Bad
Yeah,
Boys. Bad Boys.
Well, speaking of
Yeah.
trailers, Rambo comes out this weekend.
Yes, I've seen it.
Yup.
How is it?
So
Pacing, very fast. It's a very short movie. All of the actors in it are there just to propel the plot. It is very gory, and it's very self-aware that it is very gory, meaning that Sylvester Stallone understands his customers and understands the character and realized that this is a movie made for Rambo fans, not made for SJWs or really anybody else that's expecting anything deep or philosophical other than watch Rambo slaughter a bunch of motherfuckers in
it's kind of like the last
vivid
Rambo.
detail. Yes.
Well,
But
yeah,
I think the last one was a little
bleeding
bit
heart.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, where it wasn't that one he had to keep saving the bleeding hearts. You were like, oh, but the terrorists will love us. Then he saves them, and then they get captured again. And he saves them, and it's like, just shoot them.
Yeah.
Shoot the motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think the last one was a little bit better because it had more of like a redemption arc. This one's pretty much just straight revenge, but it could have been a little bit longer. I kind of wanted it to be more of a Western. I gave it about a 3 out of 5.
That sounds pretty good.
In my rating scale, 3 out of 5 is definitely worth a look. So anything lower than that is pretty much not worth your time.
I mean, it's a Rambo movie. What do people expect? Like,
I think what's funny though is all of the backlash that movie's getting, just watching people react to it is just entertaining as all get out. It's people are reaching when they're looking for things that they're complaining about, like the toxic masculinity or the Trump stuff. Or I just either I'm blind and I don't see it. Maybe it's because I'm not looking for it because that's not what I look for when I watch a movie. But you know, I've read some pretty ridiculous things recently online. We had a pretty good time laughing about it.
It's like anybody even does anything remotely wrong or says anything remotely wrong. Mexicans, it's like a Trump supporter thing.
Yeah,
I remember there was somebody in the Facebook group. I forgot which one. He was being sarcastic, but I remember asking the question, wait a second, but Mexicans kill other Mexicans. Does that make Mexicans Trump supporters? And
apparently so.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like this is basically this SJW culture just reaching at this point and pulling straws where there aren't any.
We did a live reaction last night on my channel, and we read like 4 different articles, and in every single article that I read, there's at least one sentence or a paragraph that says this can't happen in 2019, as if 2019 has set the standard by which all films are supposed to be made. When I read that, it just irritates the shit out of me. It's like, so you're telling Sylvester Stallone that he can't make a movie made for somebody with a giant murder boner because it's 2019.
That's part of the reason why I don't know if you guys saw I know me and Eric loved it. We was talking about it when he was still on the show. The Death Wish remake, and one of the things that I liked about it was that while everybody was too concerned about it living up to the original, I was more focused as long as it got the point of the movie, which is basically a man on a death wish trying to avenge, the the death of his wife, and what happens to his daughter as a result of a home invasion. Basically, when the system isn't enough to protect you, you protect yourself type of deal, right? So revenge fantasy. And one of the things that I liked about the movie was just how it pissed off SJWs. And, unfortunately, that movie didn't get the amount of, I guess, publicity that Rambo's getting.
No.
But for what it did as a movie, before we found out that Eli Roth was a knee-bending social justice warrior in disguise, was pretty much a great representation of what was wrong with the world. And I remember looking at the comment section of every single review that I could look at on Rotten Tomatoes. Every single certified reviewer was talking about how this perpetuates gun culture or some shit like that. I'm like, come on, you people are the reason why movies like these get made.
You know what this stuff reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen a movie called Heathers?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Heathers is a great movie, but it
That's the one
reminds
where
me.
they play croquet and like
Yes.
it looks like they hit the living crap out of the ball, but they only goes like 5 feet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll make sure I got the right what's her name movie.
But for those of you that are not familiar with Heathers, it deals with the concept of suicide makes somebody more popular than they already were.
Hey Adam. Don't lose your train of thought. But we have drop number 1 of the night. Keep going.
Oh no. Okay. I thought he changed his
I'll be
router.
back.
So there you go, MJ. If you're still listening, take a shot. Pete
We
just
didn't
dropped.
drop him once last night on my stream.
I know,
He'll be
right?
back.
I just realized
Hilarious.
that today that we didn't drop him once.
That's right.
Anyways, so they don't like this person. They're too popular. They kill him. They make it look like a suicide, and they decide that they've become more popular than they were when they were alive. So one of the things that they do to in place of writing a suicide note, they get lazy after a while and they just highlight passages in Moby Dick. I feel like that's what these SJW journalists are doing right now. They're just
Trying to sound
highlighting
smart.
their passage of Moby Dick. They're looking for things in between the lines that just fucking aren't there. That's the part that drives me crazy. I like watching all this backlash, but at the same time, what they don't realize is the more they write these articles, the more traffic they're steering towards these movies.
It's
People
like
are
what
just
happened
because
with-
it's like it's kind of like people with The Last Jedi. It's like, oh, well, this is pissing off the incels, so we have to support this movie. Well, you see something like these people getting triggered by a movie, and people immediately run out and see it and spend more money at the box office because this is pissing off the SJWs. It's amazing. It's endless entertainment.
Well, look what just happened recently with Chick-fil-A. I think was it in Toronto.
Mhm.
They opened one in Toronto, and of course, the gay community had to come out and protest. No, I didn't say this time as an AG Styles joke. Relax, tap. And what ended up happening was that because of the protests, people realized, holy shit, we have a Chick-fil-A now in Toronto, and they started
free
fucking-
advertisement. Yeah.
Yo, those lines were ridiculous. It's like you very people, and it's ironic because did I ever tell you guys the story of what happened with Chick-fil-A here like maybe 7-8 years ago in New
No, I
York
don't
City?
think so.
Okay, so I was with my then ex who attended NYU, and what happened was she told me the story that they had a Chick-fil-A there on campus, and of course this was the year that I think the president of the company basically said his whole remark on what he thought was marriage, and he's ultra Christian, so he said man and woman, they hated him and basically chased Chick-fil-A out of the campus and out of New York City, on the cancel culture bandwagon. What ended up happening was these very same fucks then started complaining when there was no Chick-fil-A. So yeah, like that's again. So it was like, and then the worst part was that I don't know if they brought back Chick-fil-A to that campus, but they have brought back Chick-fil-A here in New York City, and it's been growing ever since. Like now there's a bunch of them all over the state.
I'd like to see.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to see a picture of De Blasio eating at one. That would just be beautiful.
Right.
Oh God, I don't want to get all political, but fuck
No.
that guy. That guy's
I-
ruined New York City.
It would just be funny just because. But yeah, man, I've never eaten at Chick-fil-A. Is it actually any good? I mean,
Jesus is the only
It
one who loves
is.
him.
Yo,
I don't know, Pete. I can tell you this: there's a few Chick-fil-A's here in Florida, and there's one over on Dal Mabry Avenue. And every time I drive by there, you can't get a car in or out of. There's like one entrance in and out of the Sam's Club, and there's a Chick-fil-A right next to that entrance, and there's always so much traffic there that you can't get in and out of there. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. People are lined up around the block for Chick-fil-A. So I don't know if they're putting heroin in their food or
except on Sundays.
Yeah, except on Sundays.
Except
yeah.
on Sunday. Yeah.
You better buy if you want Chick-fil-A Sunday, you better buy a double up on Saturday.
Actually, I do try to go to Sam's Club on Sunday for that very reason. I want to do the
Right.
Chick-fil-A crowd.
I like Popeye's chicken,
I do too, dude.
but Chick-fil-A's waffle fries are really good.
Did you try that sandwich of theirs? That chicken sandwich
Which that chicken sandwich? I got like
from
15.
Popeyes.
Oh no, I haven't tried that.
Is Popeyes the one where they had the lady that threw a fit? She says, "How are my kids supposed to eat because they ran out of chicken or something like that?"
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I do.
Like,
I do.
woman, there's other chicken establishments out there besides
When it comes to
Popeyes.
fried chicken, I think they're the best. I do. I can't eat it anymore because of my diet. But damn it, if I was gonna have a cheat day and eat fried chicken, I would definitely pick Popeyes first.
They don't give you
I mean, I
cheat
like
days?
Popeyes, but I don't know if I would put it number one, to be honest with you.
I love it.
Love
I
that
would
chicken
say-
from Popeyes.
I've had the spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's, and that shit is amazing.
Yeah, they were
Mhm.
good. They were good for it being from Wendy's. Yeah, it was pretty good, dude.
Oh God, I go for some Wendy's right now.
I just ate
You just got
pizza.
done whining about how sick you are, and now you're like, I could go for some Wendy's, right? What the? Who are you?
I
Mexican.
am.
He's
Who
Mexican.
even are you?
They
I was
can
gonna
eat.
say I'm Spooder
We can
Man.
eat.
I was gonna say I was gonna come up with something dumb like I am Spider-Man or Batman.
You're obviously dying from food poisoning, and yet you want some Wendy's.
He's playing.
right
He's
now.
playing a jigsaw trap in his stomach.
He really is, dude. Yeah, it's just like
Yeah, that reminds me of something.
that. Have you ever guys watched The Critic when
Yes.
Dave Sherman like his stomach starts talking to him?
Yes.
It's like that right now, but except it's complaining from food poisoning.
I'm just thinking of that episode of Seinfeld where he's like, "Hello." He's dating that little blonde chick, and he's like, "When you go to sleep, I pretend I talk to your stomach, and it has this booming, jovial voice." And she's like, "What are you saying? I'm fat?" He's like, "No, he's like happy." He's like, "Hello," and she's like, I love it that when because like they finally Jerry and Kramer and George and Elaine are all doing. They get tired of it, and she's like, George is like, he breaks up with this girl over this voice because she hates it. And she's like, you have to choose the voice or me. And he's like, you have to decide right now. And he's like, I don't know. And then he ends up breaking up with her. So he's like, George's like, is that all it does? Hello and la la la. He's like, no, it can be Spanish. He goes, hola. And then after that, he just goes, hello again. I'm like, oh my God, Jerry.
LMP's stomach is like Apocalypse Now. It's like it's on fire and there's like shells going all over the place, and then LMP's like fucking Robert Duvall. Like, if I say it's safe to surf this beach, then goddamn it, it's safe to surf this beach. Bring me some more fast food, motherfucker.
I said I want Wendy's now.
Charlie, don't surf.
Damn it! I want some Wendy's and I want it now.
Well, I have to say, I do like the sexy Mr. Rogers outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
No, we need
You
more of the
don't?
sex.
That was your idea, wasn't it?
Ah.
I got to give it points for creativity because we've seen every sexy horror thing that there ever is, but nobody ever thought Mr. Rogers. Sure, why not?
Yeah, gender bend Mr. Rogers to a sexy outfit.
So did y'all see that video of that kid Naruto running behind that reporter at Area 51 today?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
missed
I
it.
did. I did. I saw the picture. I didn't watch the
Yeah, I
whole
don't know
video.
if it's real
I
or
couldn't
not.
take it.
It was, man. This shit was funny. I don't know if I can. I think I can. Can I screen share? Let me pull it.
No.
It's like
Shall we jump into our Area 51 speak?
yes, because
Of course.
if this was not, I mean, I don't think this was a setup. This dude just literally got behind this reporter and like Naruto ran. It's only like a 10-second clip, like right behind him. It was hilarious because it's like right at the end of the interview, and you see this kid just go right behind him.
What 100 people in the entire world decided to storm Area 51.
There's like 30,000 people there.
Really? I thought it was like 100.
No, they're having like a music festival there too.
Oh god.
Oh my God! Tonight.
Now,
is
see
gonna
that I
be-
can understand. That's turning something into something positive, and that would
Yep.
actually bring some money into
Yep.
the desert folk out there. But actually storming the fucking base, though. Oh.
Hell yeah.
What time
Give
is
the
it?
airport something to do.
Here it is right here. Let me see. You want me to see if I can screen share it?
If you can, that'd be lovely. But
Sure.
I got a question. What time does it start?
Let's see.
Quanto centoetto, centocinta.
I mean, we're so used
Oh,
to
yeah,
hearing
dude.
about police
Should have
brutality.
just dropped it in the chat.
All right, here we go. You ready? It's only 5 seconds. I'm gonna play it right now. I got the audio turned all the way up. Here we go.
Well, hold on. I got to edit the stream. Now play it.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see that instant replay. Here he goes.
Well, he's
See that?
right.
Let's see that
One more time. One more time.
Here we go. Ready?
At least someone is getting ready.
Flyby. Now, what's even funnier is if he crop dusted him too, and just walking by.
It's awfully windy, though.
Oh,
They,
God.
they said that was the first Kyle seen at Area 51.
Dear God.
It would have been better if he had a monster in his hand.
We can Photoshop with it.
And then,
All of a sudden,
And
he
I
starts
guess-
getting sponsors and shit.
Yeah.
he
By
just
Nike.
well, if there are any places with drywall in Area 51, Area 51 is fucked.
Yep.
Did you
One
see someone waving the North Korean flag around though out there?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
that entire place is about to get shot up.
Yeah, that's not going to end well at all.
No.
Yeah.
I watched that live stream that they had going on out there this morning, and I posted the link to it. And I see a bunch of you comment on there. They removed this stream for copyright. Those people were like way too close. I was like, God, please just like let one guy come out, like Agent Coulson, just somebody looking like that with just this big hunk of metal in his hand, just vaporize like 30 or 40 of them, and just watch them start scrambling. I would just start shooting them in the back, be like, fuck it, just start mowing them down with this laser and vaporizing, and be like, ha 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 ha, like Loki and shit, man. I mean, like, y'all want to come? You guys wanted to storm Area 51? Well, god damn it, let's make it happen.
Like in Soviet Russia, Area 51 storms you, basically.
Yeah.
It's just
That sounds
proof.
really dirty.
Soviet Russia, Area 51 storms. Yeah.
That sounds really
what's
dirty.
the Naru? Yeah, yeah. Area 51 storm your butt.
It's just more proof that the internet is making people more stupider every day.
Yeah, you don't storm Area 51. Area 51 storms you. I think that's how.
Oh, man.
I'll do my Russian accent. In Soviet Russia, you do not storm Area 51, comrade. Area 51 storms you. I am Russian. I mean, I wish I could speak it, except it sounds too much like Klingon. I think people would get confused.
Klingon.
Again, it sounds dirty.
It does. You ever heard what's her name, Mila Kunis? Because she's Russian, and she actually speaks it. And I when I hear a woman
She
from
is
Mother
very
Russia,
smashable.
dude. Yes, when she's when she started talking Russian, I was like,
There's something about that.
Just her
Yeah.
name sounds dirty.
Yep.
Mila Kunis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mila Kuni. Hey, Rusty Shot. Oh no, that's last week's episode.
Jesus Christ.
I'm surprised he's not at Area 51 right now.
Oh,
Right.
shots fired.
David Applegate's still
Rusty, I
hanging
have
around.
nothing but love for you, sir.
The gay footballers. I don't even. Mexico is crime free. Did you get the SJW memo? And when you get rid of your guns, everything is better for society.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing
Yeah.
about the Area 51 raid, right? Okay, so we all get kind of squeamish when we hear about police brutality, right? So why are we egging on military brutality, if I must coin a phrase, I guess?
Because reasons.
Because the people that are going out there to quote unquote storm Area 51, if they get vaporized, the only thing that's going to miss them is their parents are going to get their basements back.
Oh, shit.
So basically what I'm saying is, and I will spell it out, fuck those people. If you're dumb enough to storm a top secret U.S. military installation, then I have no sympathy for you, as the bullets from the M16s first rain through your body, and then probably some heavier fire from some M60s, a few grenades, probably some well-placed IEDs are out there. So yeah, I'm not going to have any sympathy for you, man. If you're dumb enough to do that and think that it's funny, then I'm sorry, but you deserve what you get. I believe in social Darwinism and the natural selection, and these people are the reason that some people shouldn't breed.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there.
First of all, my whole gripe with the whole thing is that they have to do the Naruto runs, as they say it. It's not even the anime that first started the damn fucking run.
Yeah, Oh my god!
You tell her,
I mean,
Olympic.
it just pours into everything. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. You just can't.
Okay, so here's a video game talk. That shit was being done by Fox McCloud and fucking Smash Brothers Melee before even Naruto was a damn anime. So how's that for video game talk, Pete?
I like it. There you go.
I
man.
like some of these UFO conspiracy theories. I watch them for entertainment. I don't
Mhm.
personally believe a lot of it. I think a lot of it is bullshit.
Yeah.
But I also come from 1990s, X-File era alien autopsy videos
Do you remember
circulating in
that?
mom and pop's video store. I remember those things, and I remember X-Files even doing a parody of it. But my personal philosophy: do I believe in aliens? Until somebody can prove to me that they don't exist, yes, I do. Do I believe that aliens have visited us? I don't think we're that fucking interesting. And if we think we are, then we're awfully arrogant.
Well, I have something that I would like to ask someone here in this group. So, Tap, this is your obligatory question. Do you think the Nazis ever met the aliens?
Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
Oh, here we go.
That's it? I thought you had like a whole thing ready. Like,
It didn't
Yeah.
turn out the way you wanted to, did it?
This
Yeah.
is not going to
It did
end
not.
the way you
It
think
did
it's going
not.
to end.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's like thinking I was gonna come this big speech about how it was
He thought he was
the
gonna
aliens
trigger
that
you.
gave Hitler the technology to make the rocket ships, and the rocket ships went to the moon, but the moon overshadowed the earth and the grass wasn't allowed to grow, right? So without the grass there was no fields to grow the wheat. Is that what you
still
wanted?
does it for me anyways.
Is that what you wanted?
Well, you still, you kind of, I guess, did what I was hoping you would. So, yeah,
I
I
just
guess
made a
so.
random
I
shit.
mean, seriously, though, think about it. What the fuck? Okay, if there's aliens hanging around in Area 51, what the fuck do we have that they could possibly want? Our smartphones, our guns,
Free room and
Booty
rent.
tank.
Our anuses.
Yeah.
our Twitter accounts. What? I mean, seriously.
I told you already. Booty tank.
Booty Tang.
You ever watch Scary? I know it's a terrible movie, but Scary Movie 3 might be right. They just wanted Booty Tang, and instead ended up watching the videotape from The Ring. So it's like, that's the only place in the world where they're safe.
You're quoting things from Scary Movie 3. I can't listen to you anymore.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Wait,
It
wait,
is
wait.
a
It's, it's the White
That's
Castle. you
Credibility
say.
destroyed.
That's it.
I'm out.
Nice to see you.
Well,
It's been a long time.
Let's segue out of talking. I can't help it. I had to get
So
one
there's
comment in.
30,000 people there, and they're supposed
Yeah.
to have an alien. What are they calling it? They're calling it alien
orgy.
stock. Alien stock.
Alien
That's
stock.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So which
I wonder how
alien
many.
is
I
it?
wonder how
though?
many babies will come from alien stock. That'll be fun to
None.
talk about in about 10, 20 years.
How many people
Mhm.
showed up thinking it was anal stock? That's my question.
How many people showed up thinking it was Burning Man?
Oh damn!
Oh, God.
I thought you were already going to anal stock, Pete, this
Well,
weekend.
yeah.
Meanwhile, at Burning Man,
I took 30 hits of acid and went to Area 51. Oh shit.
ugh. Hey,
I
Google
could
Brothers
imagine Pete one
Entertainment.
day-
What's up, Cody?
Winding up on the news.
Y'all clapping the alien cheeks today? I'll be clapping some this weekend. I love you, Cody.
Like the good news was you found the words that rhyme with orange in Area 51, along with Jimmy Hoffa.
Yeah,
All
since Alex is not here, I think we have to talk about that anyway. He came up with the greatest idea for a movie I think I've heard all week. It's the fantastic movie pitch, and this is coming from my group.
Well, technically, it wasn't a movie pitch.
It wasn't, but I'm going to make it a movie.
Yeah, I
pitch.
know. I'm just saying.
I'm going to
Gotta
do
get the
the
facts
screen
right.
share because I think this is fantastic. Let's see. Show pulling up here. Here we go. Okay, and share screen.
Guys,
So Alex Jones was going to join us?
Right?
oh, God, it's
They're
starting to happen
demons.
again.
Alex
Right.
Jones does demons. Not
He's the
aliens.
J. Jonah
If you
Jameson.
can, if you can add this to the stream, I'm going to show you this. I think this would make a fantastic idea for a movie.
Oh, this was amazing. He shared this in my group too, dude. I was
Okay,
like, oh my
so Alex Hutchins says, imagine getting into Area 51 and finding a cell with George Lucas in it. Surprised, you talked him into wanting answers. You, George Lucas, what are you doing here? Lucas, you'll never believe it. Some alien shapeshifters switched places with me, and I've been down here ever since. You, wait, when did you get replaced? Lucas, back in 2012. Why? What happened? You, sit down, George. We need to talk.
Oh, my
I want to
stomach.
produce this movie so bad.
Yes, absolutely. This is going to be our Golden Globus right here.
This is going to be our Golden Globus. This is going to keep us in business for an extra 5 years. This is going to be our Mac and Me. Yeah.
Oh.
Is that
George Lucas going to be running out. With his-
Hey,
Guys, I think
man,
I'm dying.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say, "Yo, I've got that Mac and Me money."
Oh, God, please, no, my stomach.
I mean, that's like
Well,
going.
they
That's
had on
like
them
saying,
sponsorship dollars, man.
that's like saying I
Oh,
got that.
Jesus.
Hey, that's like us saying I got that Samurai Cop money, yo. Got that Miami connection money.
Yeah, you have to say it like Monoton Glow. Say, hold the Coke can forward, you. You get my money to hold the Coke can forward. Now have a drink from the straw. The Coke is good for you. It make the aliens better.
I can't believe I missed that movie.
Oh God, Mac and Me.
I'm thinking we need to do another watch party of that.
We got
a sequel to the to the
Yeah.
movie. Just show the same movie.
Yeah.
Mac and Me Watch Party Part 2.
this
Watching
time
one. Here we go again.
in a world where Mac and Me reign supreme.
Oh, dear Lord, my
LMP's
stomach is going to hurt.
LMP's stomach looks like Beirut.
Ah.
What if we made a sequel to it, Pete? In our sequel, like there's another group of aliens, but they all like Whoppers and they drink Pepsi
Oh
instead
my
of Coke.
god.
Instead of Mac and Me, it's Whack
Oh, this
and Me.
fucker.
Wow.
It's Whack and Me. That's a sequel to Mac and Me, but they're like Burger King. I'm writing that shit down.
Yeah, there you go.
Now we made our movie. There we go.
Mac and Me Part 2. Whack and Me.
Mac and Me Part 2 and freeing George Lucas from Area 51.
Oh, man. Imagine if it turns out that alien that is impersonating George Lucas is actually an alien, is actually the alien shapeshifter. We still got the real Lucas.
Well, I think Kathleen Kennedy is actually one of the Lizard Queen from the movie series.
Yes.
Diana, remember Diana? Yeah, Diana is Kathleen Kennedy.
She's worried that they're
Except
gonna
not really,
home.
because if she was, at least Diana was better looking than Kathleen Kennedy. So you'd think it would be a young person, but whatever.
That was always disappointing. One of the sexy female aliens got their skin peeled back. You're like, oh no, it's a lizard.
Yeah. Gave you nightmares all through puberty, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Same.
Gross.
Yeah. Anybody you had anybody you were attracted to for like the next 10, 15 years, it's like, what if it's a lizard person? What if I find out the hard way it's a lizard
What
person?
is it? We getting the
Girl,
David Icke hour here? What the hell?
Huh?
What?
You guys don't know who David Icke is?
No.
Yeah, I know who he
get
is,
out
but
from
my
under your
stomach is
rock.
killing me right now.
I
Get
don't know
out
who he
from
is.
under your rock. Speaking of Iraq,
man.
you say we're going to bomb them? Oh, no, it's Iran.
Who cares? I still can't tell them apart.
We're sending soldiers over there because Trump got conned into a war.
So what?
Don't fall for it, President. The neocons sucked them into a war.
Oh,
That's not gonna happen.
Nah.
nah.
We're changing
Listen.
people over there.
Listen,
He's got bigger
it's not-
problems to worry about. He's got 30,000 people at Area 51.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's about to find out all the secrets.
Got that
Oh my
unicorn
God.
store money. There you go.
They could probably get in if they had Nicholas Cage with
Unicorn
them.
store money, dude. We're doing that watch party on my channel still. We just got to lock down a date. We're gonna have to do that in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
'Cause
Okay.
we drew that one out of the hat a long time ago, and we got a decent list of movies to get through. So, and we're coming into
I'm
October
gonna need
now.
serious emotional support to get through that, Pete, because I
I'm-
don't drink anymore. So
See,
what am I gonna
and-
do? What
And
am I
this,
gonna
and
do, dude?
You're gonna have
this,
us.
this is my thing, man, because like I'm trying to take a more structured approach to the show. This watch party on my channel, I'm gonna get fucking shit faced and probably pass out in my chair.
And
at this
pass out
point.
again.
Yeah,
and
I
he's
will
not gonna be
pass
able to
out.
close the stream out.
So
I'll
I
have
won't
Monica-
get any,
I'll
I won't,
Monica
I
do
won't
it.
get any emotional support from you then. So
No, you won't, because I'll probably be like whacked out of my gourd watching this.
God damn it.
It's
All right.
it's either that or after we watch Unicorn Store, we do a double up and watch Bismotti Blues too.
You'll be gone by then. You won't be able to make that.
I don't think I could sit through Bismotti Blues and Unicorn Store without shooting myself in the face. Honestly,
Is Bismotti Blues? Is that the other movie that she directed?
Yeah, that's the one where she's
Jesus Christ.
the white knight for the Indian, I believe it is. She's over in India, and she's like the white savior. And that movie came out, and they tried to bury that one, but it's like,
I was gonna say, how did they try to hide that one? Because it's so obvious that that's what the fuck she is. I mean, people just can't seem to look and figure that out. It's like, this is cool, all right.
You stupid Americans and your Brie Larson bringing it over to my quickie mark. I have banned you for life.
Thank you. Come again.
Brie Larson's the Hollywood equivalent of I'm not racist. I got black friends.
She is
no black nothing.
If that statement,
Brie Larson.
No. I'm yeah. I'm not a classist. I have poor friends.
Sounds about right.
Yep. If that statement, I'm not racist, I have black friends, was a person, it is Brie Larson. Absolutely. That is her. She is like
Brie Larson.
But I have a black friend.
Your shadow doesn't count.
Yeah, I guess that's right. I guess that's true.
We all have black friends. We just don't have to put a fucking t-shirt on and advertise it to everybody all the time.
What up, black friends? You know who you are.
It wasn't something that we were trying to achieve in life, It's something we were paying attention to.
Achievement unlocked on Xbox.
I didn't come home one day and say, "Yes, I got black friends." Yes,
achievement. Yeah, it's like achievement unlocked. Black friends, level up. Boom, boom, boom.
Now here's the thing. Now
Woke
you got to
level,
unlock the second stage of that achievement. You got to unlock 10 black friends to get the second achievement.
Shit.
What about 10 gay friends too? That's an achievement right there.
God, no! I will pass that one up right now.
And then you get the rare secret diamond achievement if you have a black gay friend.
What are you talking about, LMP? You hashtag rep the gay community, man.
Oh man, AJ! No, I can't rep them. AJ Styles will come for me.
That's what she said.
Don't you technically have to spoon with these people for it to count, though?
Maybe.
Oh man, I don't remember. All I know is that the very next day I wound up in a ditch, and I got very emotional for a while.
I woke up in a ditch in Parsippany, New Jersey, with my pants around my ankles and a ring around me.
But if I was eating White Castle, I think I would have been fine that whole night. So
I bet you're not going to eat White Castle anymore, are you? Now you know why I don't eat that shit.
Oh, listen, this conversation is gonna happen.
I gotta be like one of my friends every time we do something stupid. What did you learn?
Nothing.
What did you learn? What did you do? What did you learn?
All I know is I ate depression in a little square box.
The last time I had taco or White Castle, I was working night shift at GameStop, and I was getting ready for Christmas Black Friday, and the only restaurant that was open when I got off was White Castle, so I was starving. I went for it and regretted every day, every hour of the next day. Regretted every single part of that decision that I made, and never did it ever again.
I'm surprised nobody's blaming that Asian fruit that I ate.
Of course not.
They just told you that's what it was. It wasn't really Asian fruit.
Nah, man, the Asian fruit added up. It's good at math. It's all right.
Stop eating those traps, LMP.
Yeah.
Some people call it peyote.
22, 23. I don't think you're allowed to call them fruit, though, LMP.
Calling Fruit Loops now.
Dear God.
Dave Chappelle can't call people faggot. You can't call them fruits.
Hey, I was trying not to use that word all night.
What about pineapple?
What about a bundle of sticks?
Right.
Call them a bundle of sticks.
Or a cigarette.
A cigarette,
yeah. How many people are going to get the bundle of sticks? See, that means you read Tolkien.
No, I just got it from the quartering. I had to look it up though because I didn't know what that
I've heard that.
Because the Hobbit, he talks about getting a faggot of wood to start the fire, and I'm like,
I've never read Tolkien. I can.
So we set a bundle of okay. So we set a bundle on fire. Does that make it a flaming fag?
Shit.
Yeah.
So that's where that came from.
My last podcast I used to belong to, the Star Wars cast, we used to have a girl on there from the UK, and she says, we were getting ready to record. She's like, I'm gonna go have a fag. I'll be right back. And at the time, I did not know what that meant. I'm like, you're gonna have a what? A what? A what? And then we had we laughed about that for a couple of episodes. Let's just say that.
See, that makes me think something else, and all I would say to her is good luck.
Yeah.
Right?
I was in a bar in Canada when I was like 19. It actually was a strip club over in Sarnia, and called Riverport, and it was a very dirty little club. It was the first one we went to. We crossed the border. It was like our first time going over there, and we're sitting down, and it's really cramped. You know, you could tell it's a lot of locals after you're there for a couple minutes, and you know, these two guys were, you know, Canadian. They came and sat down next to us, and that's what the guy said. He goes,
Canadians in Canada. That's funny, huh?
He says, "Can I?" He goes, "Can I get?" He goes, "Can I get a fag?" And I'm like, "Huh?"
No.
I was like,
no.
I was like, bitch, I'm in a strip club. No, you cannot. Get the fuck away from me. How much money you got? But you know, I was like, hey man, fucking gay for pay. I gotta get back across the board. I'm gonna drink all my money up tonight. But I was like, what? And he goes, a cigarette. I was like, oh no. I was like, you can't have a fag, but you can have a cigarette. And he gave me a dirty look, but I gave him a cigarette. And
Oh my God.
went outside and blazed one after that. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, that whole
And that was his first gay experience.
The way that you were setting that story up reminded me of a scene from Airplane. It's like, I was in a dive bar in Drambuie off the Barbary Coast. A real hellhole.
So I'm thinking we should create a club and call it a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, bundle of sticks.
No.
Liam Neeson would like to ask you a very important question.
Yes.
He wants to know, first of all, if you were assaulted. And the second thing he would like to ask is, what did he look like? Was he black?
Jesus Christ.
No, he was a small white Canadian man. Kind of
Okay,
like,
so you made him. Okay, so Liam Neeson is actually okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the fucking green bastard from Parts Unknown.
Did he ask for that Canadian bacon too?
Canadian bacon. Wasn't that the movie we tried to start a war with Canada?
I think
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we should always do watch parties.
right.
Wasn't that Canadian bacon with John Candy where the U.S. tried to start a war with Canada?
I've heard of the movie, but I don't know what it's about.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Canadian bacon. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good. That's funny.
it is, because that was one of John Candy's last movies, actually.
That and
Wagons
Wagons East, I
East.
think, was his
Yep.
last one.
Yeah, Wagons East was his very last movie. That we should do. And it's not a bad movie. It's just a great John Candy movie. Is Uncle Buck?
Yeah.
We really
You
need
do
to
that
do.
closer to Thanksgiving. I think.
Yes, dude, that movie, or like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, that's
around
a good
Christmas.
Thanksgiving movie as well. Yeah.
Yep. Oh,
Both of
God.
those are good comfort movies.
Yes, man. Like, Uncle. I've seen Uncle Buck. I can't even. I've seen
That's
that
one of
movie.
those. I didn't
Dark
like it
Days.
when it first came out that much, but as I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate it more for what it is, and it's a really good feel-good movie.
It is.
And
I went to
it-
the theater to see that as a kid.
yeah. So
That's
Planes,
Or when
Trains,
he's
and
having sex with the
Automobiles. I
washing
always love.
machine.
I always love that one. Planes,
Oh,
Trains,
yeah.
and Automobiles. That's probably some of his best work, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was great in that movie.
And
him-
as far as Steve Martin goes, I have 3. It's definitely The Jerk and Planes,
Oh.
Trains, and
Jerk?
Automobiles,
God.
and also My Cousin or My Blue Heaven. I like that one.
Yes, I haven't seen that in forever, but I vaguely remember that one. I know I've seen.
It's got Rick Moranis in it, and it's still fucking funny. It's held up well, I think.
What's that?
Hey, you know what? If they ever remake
yeah,
The Jerk,
that's
they can
good.
have Liam Neeson play the
No,
role. The
they'll
main
have
role.
to replace him with somebody that's not white. So you have to think
So
Hollywood.
is the person
dumb.
gonna
Yeah.
Have to
think
be a
they're
black
white? If
transgendered
they
woman.
replace it with a black person, and that black person thinks they're
it's-
white.
According to the media, it's 2019, so you have to
I
think
started
about
out
these
as a poor
things.
white child. Yeah, that's how.
White child.
That's what it'll be. It'll be
They can't do that because then nobody care.
Michael P. Jordan or Idris Elba will be playing the jerk, and he
Idris
started off
Elba.
a poor white child.
In a world where Idris Elba is playing Steve Martin, playing Navin R. Johnson, 2019 America. No,
Sure.
no.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say this much. I just can't wait for the next watch party where we have the token black guy on screen.
Which one's that one?
I don't know if we picked out any movies that have that. Because
Yes,
we're
when we
just,
saw,
Yeah, it's called
talking
Night
about-
of the Demons.
we did what's it called? Not only that one, we also did what was it? The last one we did.
I mean, we're incels, so supposedly we like that stuff. So
I'm talking about,
At least that's what
what
I've
was
been
it?
told.
Not Jason X, the other one with the Jason in it. Remake.
Oh, the Friday the 13th we watched.
We did watch that one, yeah.
Yep.
Yes, and again, it was just fun to constantly having to think of a new black celebrity name to call the actor. Clearly, that was all.
It was pretty fun. Yeah.
Did anybody say Ben Vereen at any point? I can't.
I don't think I did.
No, we ran down the list based on income. We went to the highest paid people first, and then just kind of slowly went backwards. Yeah.
Did anybody?
I think we started with Samuel L. because we know he's got the most money, and then we just kind of slowly went back. Oh, Morgan Freeman. Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan.
Samuel Jackson's like 72 years old. Like
That's
that's
an old
legit.
motherfucker.
That's legit. He's 72.
Dude, that
years old.
motherfucker was 72 years old when he was doing Pulp Fiction. It's just nobody realized it. He had an afro wig on. Yeah.
I need to watch that movie again. I have not seen that in a while.
You know what's funny is if you have the box, if you have the Pulp Fiction box, like the old video box that it came in, I'm not so sure about the Blu-ray. I'd have to double check. But if you look on the back of the box, no wig in the movie. He has a full-blown blowout afro wig on. I always thought that was strange.
That was one of the funniest things about the Busta Rhymes was a Halloween Resurrection was the white kid dressed like Samuel Jackson. They were doing the Halloween costumes, you know,
that was about 10 seconds a movie that didn't offend me.
Yep, that was it too. That was like the only fucking funny part of the whole movie. It was like, oh, okay.
And then the guy in the Michael Myers mask. Well, fuck is your problem, dog? You know.
Yeah. Oh
Who was
God.
expecting Michael Myers at that point to kill him?
I thought he'd just like rip him in two.
If he would have killed himself, it might have been worth it, but it didn't happen. So
Be like, Jesus, I can't take this.
It's like
that's what I'm saying. Everybody talks about, whoa, you know, Halloween 2018 was a real big success. I'm like, did you see what it was going up against?
Yeah.
Did you see Resurrection? Did you watch more than 5 minutes of it?
That new Halloween movie was just ugh. It was
And
so.
don't even get me started on the Rob Zombie movies.
Oh,
We'll
dude,
be
no,
here all night on that shit.
You're not gonna get any resistance from me on that. Those movies are fucking garbage.
They really are. The only idea that I liked was the fact that he cast Loomis. He cast the guy from Clockwork Orange as Loomis. Malcolm McDowell as Loomis was genius, but he did absolutely nothing with him.
No.
And then you make your protagonist the killer, which is supposed to be the Shape, which is what drives the entire horror to begin with. What am I supposed to be scared of if I'm feeling sorry for my killer?
Yeah,
Dude.
it was stupid. That second one, the mom on the white horse and all. I was like,
Go back to making music videos. Get Jag off.
Yep. Like the best thing he's done was that song he released was "Everybody's Fucking in a UFO." That's what they should be playing out at Area 51 right now. If they're talking about alien cheeks, I'd be out there playing some Rob Zombie. Everybody's fucking in a UFO. I mean that is it. I've seen him in concert 3 times, dude. Like I love his music, but yeah, his movies are like I can't say it because the Devil's Rejects. I'm probably gonna go see 3 from Hell. Like I'm thinking about seeing that one.
I can't highlight the comment, but Goober Brother says, I don't know why, but I want a movie where Ewan McGregor thinks he's a goldfish. I want a video game based on that.
Oh, man.
Is any of y'all going to see Dr. Sleep?
Probably not.
I might. I'm not super excited about it because there's that whole aspect of it's been umpteen million years since we've even explored The Shining, and the last time The Shining was explored was when Stephen King tried to make his own version of The Shining, which was really not good at all. Just really, really objectively bad.
I remember seeing the commercials for it. I never watched it.
So dumb.
I was like, what the hell?
It was so bad. I tried to give it a chance, and I'm just like, yeah, maybe that's why you should have just That's why I was surprised that they didn't do that with it. It's like once you start taking liberties with the story and the script, then don't stop. You know what I mean? Don't work within those restraints. If you think you can make it better, then go ahead and fucking make it better. It Chapter 2 followed the story a lot closer than I would have wanted it to. But see, Stanley Kubrick, at the time, nobody's going to fucking tell Stanley Kubrick what to do. So if he didn't think something worked in the story, he fucking changed it. And that movie is amazing.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Still fucks with you to this very day.
Yeah, I watched that when I was a little kid. I wasn't supposed to, but
he filmed the moon landing on location.
Sure, he did.
Yep.
Just keep this in mind, people. Just keep this in mind. Wasn't his last movie that Eyes Wide Shut one?
Yeah.
And just keep in mind that's the movie he did before he died.
Yep.
Tom Cruise, short little ass in a sex cult.
Just saying.
And also, he was working on AI, and then Steven Spielberg took that over. So that movie's not good either. As much as I like robots,
the only good part I liked was Jude Law in that movie.
The only part I liked was the flesh was a flesh circus or flesh contest or wherever the hell it was, because Ministry was in it. But outside of that, I give a fuck about the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, it's just really bad. It's not held up well.
I've seen that one.
As much as I love movies about robots, that's not one of them.
Right. So cares about some little kid and looking for his mama.
Yep.
Is Ex Machina worth watching?
Oh God, yes. Ex Machina. Did you watch that yet, LMP?
No, but I'm putting it on my 2 fab list. So yeah.
That one you need to see. That one's very well done.
There better be a porn parody somewhere of that when I'm done.
I'll let you know
sure
if I find it, because
is.
I'm still looking.
Oh shit. Wait, where do you know if it's available on Netflix or Hulu?
It's on Netflix. Ex Machina is on Netflix.
Okay, great. So I don't have to rent it or anything. Good.
No, it's on Netflix. I think it's on Amazon, and I think you can watch it for free on Vudu as well.
Okay, well, I'll just say this much: if I love it that much, I will definitely buy a copy. Hopefully, it has a nice ass shot of that robot, of that sweet metal ass.
That one looks pretty good in 4K because I watched it recently, and there's the effects work is so good in it that you almost can't tell that they're special effects, and that's pretty much the best compliment you can get if you're in special effects. It's not an action-driven movie, but it definitely has effects. So it's a drama.
I mean, it's a drama about a jealous robot. I'm pretty sure that speaks for itself.
Yep.
Well, you just don't ignore the sex bot after you start showing it.
Even the fembots.
Yeah, that just reminds me of that Rick and Morty episode.
Oh, the one where he gets her pregnant, the robot pregnant.
Yep, raising Gazorpazorp. That's what
Yep.
it was. We always talk about toxic fan bases, man. Rick and Morty fan base, like those. If you've ever been a member of a Rick and Morty like fan group or page, oh wow, like that is
dub.
It's like a hive mind wrapped in an enigma, surrounded by idiots, wrapped in morons. I mean, wow. You say one thing and they've got to be like 15, 16 years old. I mean, it's hilarious.
You know what, Pete?
No, they're not. They're adults.
Since you went down this avenue, and since it's relevant to what's going on right now, at what point is toxic masculinity become toxic? Just masculinity in general.
Like, at what stage of the game does masculinity
acceptable by society? Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any form of masculinity that's acceptable by society?
Exactly. That's my whole point. Every time there's a movie now where the hero is a male, it's toxic masculinity. It's gone that far.
They swept it under the rug, kind of tying this into Rambo. That John Rambo's like half Native American, isn't he? Is the character supposed to be like Native American, somewhat like, doesn't he have Native American descent?
Well, I don't think we're really talking about the race. We're talking about masculinity,
male in general. Yeah,
just male.
I'm just kind of tying this all into the Rambo thing, because you want to talk toxic masculinity.
Well, that's just it. You want to call this like pro-Trump and anti-Mexico when the person that he's trying to rescue is also a Latin descent.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
Mexicans.
Hey,
you trying to gloss over the fact that there's probably not some people that happen to be Hispanic that are not evil people. I mean, I'm sorry, evil people come in all colors.
Exactly. I think I can answer your question with this kind of like weird theory that I came up with a while back, and I think part of the problem with why people have this problem with masculinity nowadays is because that it's kind of like this victim mentality that every culture, if we will think of it like that, has, where they've always wanted to feel oppressed because it absolves them from this kind of level of like responsibility. It absolves them from having to basically step up for themselves and do shit on their own, right? Because it's always easier to blame the man. It's always easier to blame the system than it is to say, you know what, I'm a fucking failure. Maybe I should do something to better myself.
That's a really good answer. I like that.
Yeah. And I've been running with that for the longest. And I think the other part of it is because people want to feel so empowered. So they want to live through think of it like this, like why the worship of celebrity culture and race has to do with people wanting to live through someone else. So it's like, well, hey, I'm not a success, but Michael B. Jordan's a success, Brie Larson's a success, so I'm like them. That means I'm a success. And then all of a sudden, we go back to like seeing, we see like these masculine characters, these characters that play heroes. Like, I love me my wrestling. I've been a fan since I've been a kid. I used to watch with my dad, and one of the things that we always talk about me and my dad is like, you look at the comparison now, the guys of now compared to before. Yeah, the guys before were these like super machizo, like roided up dudes, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, Warrior, guys that I wasn't loved. I loved them as a kid. But the one thing I liked about it is because they look like heroes. They look like the type of person that at the end of the day,
people you could look up to. Yeah,
exactly. And I think
it wasn't a sexual thing. It was somebody that you looked up to, somebody that you maybe aspired to be, or somebody that you thought, wow, that person has it all. Yeah, exactly.
So when we look at someone like Rambo is basically, if you really think about it, yeah, he's the freedom fighter. He's done some stuff that could be considered questionable in different contexts as in prior movies. But if in a movie like in the one that you probably that you saw recently, based on what you're telling me, he's just a guy that's getting back at a world that essentially, think of it like this. That case happens to millions of people. That has happened to numerous people in the world. And what have those people been able to do? Not a goddamn thing, because the government or the police or even themselves were too powerless to do it. He, on the other hand, said, not fucking good enough. I'm going to go take an action into my own hands and do it myself.
Yep.
And thus he does it. And it's like that power fantasy where it's like, we want to be inspired. We want to know that there are people out there like that. Like, I'll give you a good example. We look. You guys ever watched Equalizer 2?
Haven't seen the second one yet. No.
Okay, I haven't seen the first one. So
I love the first one. Yeah.
But the second one's really good. I've never seen the first one. The second one, surprisingly, it still feels like a complete movie without me even knowing anything prior. But there's a scene in the beginning of the movie where he's, in the Middle East, and he like meets this, I don't even know what part of the Middle East the guy's from, but he meets this guy, right? And it turns out that he went after the guy because apparently the guy kidnapped his daughter from the American mother. And, after he does an ass kicking and everything, he goes back to, you see him go back to the bookstore where the mother worked, and the daughter is, and her and the daughter are reunited. But he kind of like does this little signal to the daughter, like, you keep quiet about it, so that the mother, so that they kind of keep that secret between themselves that he was the one that saved her, and the mother will think like this was just the job of a good Samaritan that did it for her, like this was a miracle. And it's kind of like, okay, maybe he's not Rambo, he's not a Caucasian, but he has that machismo in him. He has that masculinity in him. The guy that says, you know what, this isn't good.
His whole arc is he's doing something because he can. Yeah,
exactly. And he's like, you know what, those that are defenseless, I'm gonna defend. So here I am. Bam, busting necks, breaking necks, killing dudes that aren't supposed to be doing what they're supposed to. So these people feel intimidated by that, knowing that there is people like that in the world that will, when worse comes to worse, defend them. And they've been taught their entire lives that they're not supposed to be like them. So there's like this kind of weird, like mixed message thing going on where they can tell he's doing good, but it goes against what they believe in. So it's like they don't know how to react. So immediately they go to the default settings, which is why the whole NPC meme thing exists. The whole exists because they themselves cannot fathom that there is another way to look at things in the world.
I feel like this all started when I graduated from high school, and it seemed like everything when I graduated was like all about equality because people don't have the same rights. And now it seems like everybody definitely has the same rights, and maybe not everywhere, all right, but a lot more than when I was in high school. But that was not enough. It's not enough to be equal in society. Now you want reassurance. You have to have constant reassurance that I'm doing the right thing, and I want people to praise me for doing this thing. And my brother-in-law made a good point, because he had somebody he worked with that transgendered, and he works for UPS, and they had to have this big long meeting and everything about how to talk to this person and all this kind of stuff. And somebody asked when it's time to talk to him, and he's a union steward, so they can't do anything to him. And he says, here's the thing. He says, I had problems my whole life, but they were because I had birth defects growing up, and I had to live with that. This is somebody that made a choice. You know what I mean? It's like, if you want to do this thing, that's fine, but don't expect me to just go and act different because you made a choice.
Exactly.
I'll treat you equally, but to constantly give you praise and pat you on the back because you made this choice to make your life more complicated than it needed to be, you're not going to get that from me. So
Exactly.
that's how I feel. It's like you constantly need this validation all the time. And I did not read any reviews going to the movie, and I'm thinking, really, with the toxic masculinity again? I'm like, do you know it's Rambo? This is not Gandhi. This is not
Rambo.
This isn't your man bun wearing hero.
It's Rambo. It's from an era that I grew up with, where those guys were, you looked up to them because they were bigger than life. I mean, they're characters in a movie, but they were still fun to watch. You had to have somebody to look up to. And now it's like everything that you look at that you aspire to be is considered to be toxic. I mean, what does that mean for people of tomorrow? It frightens me when I think about it.
And you need people like that in the world, because ultimately, look at someone like John Rambo. John Rambo, in essence, is a warrior. He's a warrior. He's the type of guy that's like, when I do something, I mean it. Like, if I have to put my hands on you, it's like you did something really fucking stupid or really fucking evil for me to warrant that action. So, again, it's yeah, you can bring up some of his past choices and question, bring that into question. But I think this is exactly the problem that's a lot of these like social justice, and not even and here's the thing with social justice warriors. And I honestly believe sometimes they're one of two camps. Either they're too stupid to realize what they're doing, or they realize what they're doing and still choose to go against it. Like, still choose to like think that way anyways. Like they realize, hey, look, what I'm thinking is wrong, but I'm gonna do it anyways because this is what I'm supposed to believe, right? Or the
do you
other
think
camp
they do that because they want to impress their friends and they want to, fit into a group of people, and if they do anything otherwise, then they're going to be probably outcast from that group of friends?
Yeah, it is. It is. If you think about it, it's a social pressure. There's being socially pressured into being told, hey, if you don't think this way, well, look at how we're going to treat you. Like, do you honestly think a lot of these I don't mean to like just, hammer on somebody just because of their appearance or anything like that. I know that sounds like a bad thing to do, but I fucking do it anyways right now because we're on the topic. You think a lot of these like, soy drinking, man bun wearing, hipster beard, hipster glasses, whatever weird mustachio looking dudes with those, what do they call those onesie looking things that these men wear now?
Rompers.
You think these guys actually are okay wearing that? I really truly believe a lot of them are like, yo, I fucking feel like a fool, but if I don't wear this, I'm not gonna be cool, or I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be accepted or anything like that. And I think that part of what social justice culture is nowadays is just a fad. It really, to me, seems like
that's what my mom keeps saying, and I want to agree with her, but it just seems like it's like those articles I read last night. Every single one of those reviews, all those 1-star reviews on fucking Rambo. I think 1 star is a little extreme. I don't think it's that bad of a movie. It's not a great movie, but it's 1 star. They're all politically skewed because. Well, and they all had the same sentence in 2019. ... You can't say this. You can't do that. I think people need more movies where they say, "Fuck you, I do what I want." If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, because that's what these people always tell us.
That's what they say with Star Wars.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't
You know,
watch it. It's not
and we
boring.
were talking about this on our on your show, right, Pete? We were talking about how these heroes are all assembled by committee. You know,
Yep.
they're all like designed by check boxes that can't say this, got to do this, got to wear that, say this. Everything they say and do has to fit some kind of an agenda in order to. And the agenda is that I have to have as many butts in seats as possible, so I can't offend this group over here. I have to appeal to that group over there, and that's why all these movies are drab and boring as fuck, because they're all assembled by committee. And here comes Sylvester Stallone and says, I want to make a movie where I'm
Hold my
fucking
fucking beer.
blowing fucking people's heads off and shit. You know, this is Rambo, motherfucker. That's exactly what that movie is.
Yep.
I think
Well,
it'll do great just because people now know, based on these reviews, that that's exactly what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened with Deadpool. If we want to use a I guess a Marvel example,
Deadpool is a
Now
breath of fresh air. Yeah, it's like I
Yeah.
can make an R-rated. You know, it's like they always have to say hard R, and that's that. Yeah, I've said that many times. That term drives me fucking bonkers. I'm like, in the 1980s,
like
everything was rated R. You asshole. You know, it's like we didn't give a shit. I used to go to R-rated movies before I was even 13. I just walked into them. You know, it was a small theater and they needed the money. But hey, the point is, it wasn't a big deal. You know, it really was not a big deal. Now it's like, ooh, hard R. That means they might say swear words.
and yet that movie was.
I thought hard
despite
R
everything
was
that
synonym
succeeded.
for softcore porn. I thought that's what.
Yeah.
Or the
Well, it should be.
NC-17.
It's hard R. It's NC-17. Yeah. Simulated sex.
Simulated
As
sex.
Tommy
No,
would
no
tell,
vajayjay, but
Demolition
if there
Man,
is, you don't get to see the lips.
That's when you do a room and you just bang her belly button there. What's up?
Yeah, dude.
I did
So
not.
awkward.
I did not fuck her.
I did not poke her belly button. I did not.
Throws the water bottle down emphatically. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh.
I'm tearing you apart, Lisa.
And there's
Yeah.
a watch party you have not done on this channel, and I'm shocked that you haven't done that one yet.
I don't think I can. I don't think I would want to. I mean, I've seen The Room. I have to be like really high to watch that a second time.
Nobody's
wanna
stopping you.
I've watched it like 3 times since I just watched it for the first time, like a month or so ago, and I've watched it 3
Then
times.
you had to watch it again to see if you were sober enough the first time.
Yeah, I was like, what was that? What
That
was
actually happened
No,
with me and John Wick, because I was not sober the first time I saw that movie, and I had to watch again to make sure. I was like, okay, I think I was high. I wasn't drunk. I was just high.
So did anybody else watch American Horror Story, or is it just me?
Yes, it's just you,
Okay.
Yeah, it's just you.
So
you
harsh.
fag, you bundle of sticks.
No, I
You
thought
flaming bundle of sticks.
Tap and Die was the one that mentioned that. Was that
No,
you?
that was me.
Oh,
That was me.
sorry.
That was not me.
I've been a big fan of this show since the very first season, which was Murder House, and that, I thought, that's still my favorite one. But this one, like I said, it's a take on the slasher genre, obviously, 1984. And the first episode, you've got the main character's Emma Roberts in this season, Julie Roberts' daughter, and yeah, this is like full on, like the opening credits to this. I'll post a link in the chat later, just so you can check out the credits. It is like complete 80s animation, like the muffled style of music, how like an old VHS tape would sound. I mean, it was done. I don't, like I said, Brad Murphy and Ryan Falchuk that do this show, or Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk, excuse me, that do this show, their attention to detail on this, down to like just the little things, has been just wonderful over these seasons. And you open up, you get the Night Stalker in this episode. Yeah, he's terrorizing Los Angeles at this point, and he breaks into Emma Roberts' apartment, and she gets away, and that's what makes her decide to go be. It's these 5 people go to a camp. It's called Camp Redwood in Northern California, and they are camp counselors. Now, this is 1984, 14 years earlier, there was I think like 10, 12 people slaughtered there by this killer named Mr. Jingles, who was a character from another season, played by John Carroll Lynch, who is a brilliant character actor. He plays a great psychopath. He also played Eastman in The Walking Dead on the Morgan's bottle episode, where we found out how he learned to, harness his chi, I guess, and align his chakras and not kill everything he saw. So he plays this, like, he escapes from a mental hospital, and his trope when he kills people is he cuts their ears off. He was a Vietnam vet, and he got discharged and locked up for cutting the Viet Cong's ears off and making a necklace out of them. So this is what he does with his victims. And the first episode has some pretty cool death scenes. So in the story, like I said, it was actually good. It was well acted. You've got, let's see, Cody Fern, Billy Lord is in it too, which is Carrie Fisher's daughter, and she has been great in this show since she came on, I think, in the Coven season. But yeah, she's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, I think she's kind of hot. She looks like Carrie Fisher. And it was funny as we're watching it because they're in this like 1980s. You remember the vans, the colorfully painted weird vans. Everybody had all these
vans.
They're all riding in one of those, and they're like smoking weed and they're doing blow in the back of it. And she's sitting there and she's doing coke, and I'm like, that looks like Carrie Fisher during Star Wars, because she was famously like lit during that whole movie. Like she was a wild child. And but you've got, let's see who is else, Gus Kenworthy, Deron Horton, and let's say Emma Roberts are like your main five, and then you've got they have a nice recurring cast over the seasons on the show. They all take on different roles. The big thing this year is Evan Peters is not in it, and for those of you who only know the MCU, Evan Peters played in the X-Men movies, he played Quicksilver. He's a pretty good actor. He's been really good on all the different parts he's played on American Horror Story, but he's not in it. And Jessica Lange is no longer in the show, which is kind of sad because she was kind of like the matriarch of the show from the first season. But it still has a really good cast, and the story, it doesn't seem like it's going to get tiresome after it's just another remake of a 1980s, or kind of trying to mock that style. It's they always, like I said, the attention to detail they pay and the production values for this TV show I think are great, and it's very stylized, and it feels fresh. Like I've sat through a couple of the seasons. Like, have any of you watched it before, or just quit watching it? Or
I watched part of the pilot of the first season and I never finished it.
Oh, okay, because they did a season called Roanoke based on the Roanoke County that just everybody disappeared. And they turned that season into, it was a reality show based on a house that was on the property where that happened. And it was like they killed off the entire main cast. Spoiler alert, they killed off the entire main cast in I
can skip that season then.
Yeah, it's stupid. It was like they had two fucking people left from the main cast the second half of the season. And it was just, they added in a couple people, but it didn't work. It was probably out of, I think like this is like the 8th or 9th season. That was like the one that I hated it it was painful to watch. It was to the point where like I am with Fear the Walking Dead now, where I don't watch the episodes. I stopped reviewing them. I'm like, I'm not doing these anymore. Walking Dead starts in a couple weeks. I'm fine with that. But Fear, it's like I don't watch them till Tuesday or Wednesday because they're so fucking bad to sit through. No, go ahead, man.
Oh, hopefully the show doesn't let you down, because listening to you talk about this season of American Horror Story, it reminds me of how I felt when I first discovered Stranger Things. And I love Stranger Things, and then by season 3, it went full blown woke and knocked me right the fuck off. I hate that. I hate that when you get into a show and then you have expectations, and then it goes woke and just flips everything around on you. Hopefully they don't do that to you, man.
I know, and that's the thing. The guys that do the show politically and socially are very, very woke. Like, I mean, like hardcore. To where they did a season a couple years ago.
They're going to have a gotcha moment then, probably about middle of the season or towards the end of the season. They're going to have a gotcha, because that's exactly how I felt with Stranger Things. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the gotcha right there.
No, they already did that. They had an entire
gotcha, bitch.
called American Horror Story Cult, and the entire thing was basically a shot at Donald Trump. The entire season.
Well,
so
of
it's
course
like
it is.
They did, and they came right out. And Evan Peters was the leader of this cult, and they were all heterosexual cisgendered white men. And yep, that was the season. And I watched the season, and there was a mass shooting that the cult staged at a political rally to kind of, because Evan Peters was the lead and he was running for, I believe it was mayor of his town, and everybody wrote him off because he was they took him as an extremist, but he kind of started to gain ground and support. And they staged this mass shooting, and I can't remember what shooting. There was a shooting in the U.S. at the time, so the episode with that shooting got edited down because of people were complaining about calling it insensitive and it was like
because it's 2019.
Yep. And well, this was like a year or so ago. And
that last year the only thing that changed is they said it's 2018.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it came out. It was
current
like,
year. You mean
next year it's going to be like, you can't do that because it's 2020. I'm so tired of that. Those parameters, man. Fuck.
The media spun it and they said, this kind of thing. Murphy and Falchuk hit the nail on the head with this because this is what happens in Trump's America. And I'm like, dude, it's a TV show. Come on. Like, in that season for me, like I said, I watched it. I didn't care. I can separate it, but there's just those little things. It's like it adds up on you, and it's like I don't need this.
I'm glad you didn't follow Doctor Who for 10 seasons to have them do the gotcha bitch moment. Yeah,
you guys all told me about that, and like with Jodie Whittaker now.
Yeah,
and it's
I gave Jodie Whittaker a chance, man. And 3 episodes into that, I'm like, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Okay,
I couldn't give her a chance. I mean, I know
it's not enough. It's not enough that you changed the gender of the Doctor. I was willing to accept that, but that was not. This is what I'm getting at. It's never enough. You have to go all the way with this shit. So you had to go 3 episodes in and make the whole thing about Orange Man bad,
which made no sense in its context. That's the other
and then the episode before that was about Rosa Parks. I'm like, motherfucker, you're in the UK. I'm like, what do you know about Alabama 1950s? I mean, I was like, Jesus Christ, so on the nose with this shit.
Should have done the episode where the alternate history is that she didn't get arrested.
They turned that show into it's so politically correct that it feels like you're watching an educational children's program. Like, well, this is what happened.
Oh my god!
It's what it's turned into. It's not even science fiction anymore.
Well, let me tell you something that kind of like bothered me about that like the recent Doctor Who was because I really like Capaldi. Capaldi. I have limited knowledge of the older Doctor Who.
I started to like him more towards the end. I didn't like him at first because I came on when it was the younger doctors, the more fun doctors, and this guy comes in, he's just cranky old asshole, but whatever.
Yeah, but like me and a friend who had been a big fan since like the very beginning, he's watched all everything, right? And we used to talk about it, analyzing, amongst ourselves, new fan, old fan, right? And he used to tell me, like, yeah, he kind of has, like, if you watch the older Doctors, like, you got to get the feeling that, he's just a very tired, very old man. Like, he's been through so much, and it's like, as much as old as withered as he is, there's that little piece in him that keeps, the little part of him that says, no matter what, you still gotta do good. Like, this is who you are. No matter how jaded you might feel, no matter how beat down you are.
You don't get any of that with Jodie Whittaker, do you?
And I'll be honest with you, dude. Once I heard about that, I said, honestly, I am glad I gave up during the Capaldi season because it wasn't even so much Capaldi the problem. It was just everything that was going around him. The
writing was really bad. It was so on the nose. Oh my God, everything was so on the nose.
They undermined him so badly. And he was just doing, like, he was taking chicken shit and making it into chicken salad. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm stealing something that has been said by someone I used to listen to a lot. And he did the best with what he was given. He was producing some pretty good moments in that series for me. Some of the best things.
He was trying. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, he was definitely
like,
trying.
what was it? And that wasn't Into the Dalek, the one where he was like, he found the defective Dalek. He's like, you can't be good. You have to be defective. It's within your nature, right? And we get like that ending scene where the Dalek is like, he looks at the Doctor. He's like, you are a good Dalek. And it's like that moment that, you don't know anything about the Doctor. Even if you watch the new series with going from with Eccleston, you know what the Dalek is trying to tell him. And you can read that in so many
turning into a Dalek.
I was just thinking that. I don't know what's going on with your internet, but you sound like a Dalek right now.
Right now, yep.
Exterminate!
Oh, might be fluctuating. Who knows? But,
It was well planned. It was all part of the plan. Don't let Pete in if he's in there here. Don't let him in. Let him sit a little bit.
Exterminate.
Oh, wow, that's so close.
And listen, I really got into that series when that came out, and I started watching it on Netflix first. And
My
I started
sister talked me into it. She was the first one to leave. She's like, I'm fucking done. I'm out.
They just undermine Capaldi so much, and I hate everybody that like had to go suck the proverbial Matt Smith thing, because I was like, I'll be honest, Matt Smith wasn't terrible, but I found no enjoyment with him having that whole cuckold relationship walking around with him. Like, to me, if you want to say when it started getting woke, it was around there. He has a guy that got cuckolded, and he stole his girlfriend, and now it's like, yeah, how do you explain that one to this guy? Whereas in the next season, at least he had a guy who stood up for himself to the doctor, saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna let you steal my bitch." So I'll give the Capaldi season a little credit. At least it felt a little more real to me. But they just undermined him so badly to the point I was like, I can't watch this. This is elder abuse at this point. Like, they're picking on that poor old man. The man has been through a lot of shit. He's seen companions die. He's seen people die. And the man still decides, hey, I still got to do good by the world. So that was it for me. I was like, all right, listen, female doctor, yeah, I know where this is going. I don't want to see it. And sure enough, I was correct. So,
hey, Brainmuffin, you got to put Pete back in the show.
Oh.
No, keep him out.
We only dropped him twice tonight, so it's definitely getting better.
Pete's back.
Get out of here, you bundle of sticks.
He's been EMP.
I left you some love in the chat there, Taffy Pendejo.
I just realized Tap looks Mexican tonight.
I've always been looking Mexican for the past few nights.
Oh, so you woke up in the same ditch last night, didn't you?
Yeah.
At least what he's eating in that avatar is not White Castle, goddamn.
No, look, at least when I eat Taco Bell, I don't get diarrhea like the rest of y'all. I don't know what y'all be doing. Y'all don't eat it right or something.
I don't, man. I go there drunk on Saturday nights and get like $30 worth of Taco Bell for myself, and I'm fine.
We need to hang out, you and me.
I do, seriously. Like, I can eat. Like, I don't get indigestion. I never get heartburn. Like, I can eat fucking like any kind of like hot foods. Like,
legit, every like traditional Mexican restaurant I've ever eaten in my entire life, never once gotten sick.
No, I
cannot say that about Asian food, but Mexican food does not make me sick.
Well, because Asian food, it just depends
traditional
on what
Mexican
kind of
food. But if I went to Taco Bell, I'd be fucking hurling by the next day.
First of all, that's some delicious ass cat, and second, you're right.
Dude, no, seriously, man. My mother used to work next to a Chinese restaurant, and the people would like feed the pigeons and the seagulls behind the restaurant. So I'm like, you know what you're eating at the little chickens on the stick in there, man. Remember them fucking seagulls? They're luring them into a shake and bake pan out back at a restaurant.
Cantonese spare ribs. Ooh.
I like
the whole time I was in the Navy, man, I'm not going to complain about the food because it wasn't as bad as people say it is. But when they had them Cantonese spare ribs, man, I used to cry. I used to cry to myself. I can't eat those. Can't do it.
Well, I mean, if I
they always serve them to us when we're out to sea, so it's like either eat those or don't eat at all. I was like, motherfucking Cantonese spare ribs. Damn it.
Honestly, I've been watching some, like, I won't say cooking shows, but I've been watching. I know Pete probably knows about that. You know that Steve Austin show that came out recently?
He has a new show.
Yeah, he has a new show on USA, of course. It comes on after like Raw and SmackDown. Well, used to come off on after SmackDown on Tuesday nights. I forgot what he's called, but it's like, he's going through like Texas.
Is he allowed to act like a man?
Yes, I'll say that much. He acts like.
Him and Gordon Ramsay going to tag team.
But there's a segment, for example, where they talk about the food that they're making, right? And there was this guy they had on the show called Big Mo, and he made like this giant ass brisket. And I just keep thinking back to that. So like, yo, if I ever go to Texas, I have to eat one of them big ass steaks or something like that.
Oh, you will.
Brisket is fucking amazing, dude.
Yep.
Oh.
My stepdad makes some good brisket.
That's where it's at.
I could go for. I've never had that. I definitely would want some.
My brother-in-law makes a pretty good one, man. Them things are delicious. Gotta cook it right though.
Just talking about food all night, aren't we? And then we're just dying over here. But I want some more.
He's so sick, but yet we can still make him hungry. Well, that's how talented we are.
He's like fucking Homer. He keeps eating, like when he eat that big old steak, but he kept trying to eat it all.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, man. His stomach is Apocalypse Now, and his appetite is fucking Robert Duvall. If I say it's safe to surf this beach, goddammit.
But as long as he ain't Victor Morrow.
Oh.
I'm trying to see if I could find the video. I'm just afraid to
Charlie,
to
don't surf.
use YouTube right now because I'm on mobile throughout this whole stream. But I'm gonna see if I can find a video that kind of pretty much describes what I'm going through right now.
Oh no.
LMP stomach's like, this is the end. Beautiful friend. The end.
Oh my god, the day that
can't even do that with a
LMP
straight
drops
face.
50 pounds.
Oh, God damn it.
Funny thing is, I did at one point used to weigh less than 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Domo arigato LMP roboto. Domo.
Ah, fuck you guys.
All right.
Where is the doctor?
Remember?
Exterminating.
LMP is slightly feeling better.
Destroy.
You retards are getting on my last nerves.
Say does not understand protocol .exe.
Hey, LMP, when I say open the pod bay doors, I want you to say, I can't do that, Dave. Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I can't do that, Dave. Does it really sound like I'm robotic on the other
Yes.
side?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck,
Go
dude.
back
You
to it
play
later.
this back later. It's gonna be so damn funny.
I mean,
Oh
you
my
were
god.
good up until the last 15
Now I
minutes
don't
or
want to.
so.
I don't want to leave this chat now because I feel like when I come back, I lose the robotic voice.
You've been monologuing as Bender for the last 15 minutes. Jesus, you sound like me, but a robot version with a slight accent.
What's up, Buck?
He's up there. Hey, yeah, bitty bitty bitty.
Esto es mi hablando español. Holy sweet Jesus.
Yeah, it's about time to go. So I thought I'd bring up the Hall of Fame.
Yay!
Yeah.
I forgot to do it last time. Oh, Goober Brothers is back.
Yay.
Hey.
Yeah, I speaking of I don't remember the name of the video. I found one this past week where this guy broke down the different doctors and how they introduced their various companions and everything, and then compared it to what Chibnall's doing. Yeah, and it's horrible. I mean, it's as bad as the
so
Last
bad.
Jedi as far as writing and everything else.
Yeah,
And
and
even
it's
just
funny
that
how
video
these
in
things,
the chat.
development
these
and
things all
everything.
happened at the same time. You know, just like right at the same time. It's like, damn it, man! It's like this just fucking universal quest to destroy geekdom completely.
Yeah,
just
and it's
fucking
bad writing.
annihilate it.
It's not just that it's political. It's all the bad. It is horrible writing too.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you were DC Fontana, you'd be able to write something that was intelligent and get somebody to just think about something from another point of view without being so on the nose about it.
So, but anyway, yes, Abigail Clancy is the Hall of Fame tonight for episode 97. So
Yay.
we're getting close. We're about 20 minutes away from being in 2 hours. So, I mean, I can sit here and just listen to you guys talk, and I'll just go to sleep.
The companion after Clara sucks ass, and that's saying something.
And not in a good way.
Well, listen, Clara's bangable. Like I'd kill her boyfriend in a heartbeat and take her. But
My favorite was Amy Pond, if we're talking about that subject.
Yes.
Tell us about
Yeah.
Becky, LMP.
who?
Becky Lynch.
Oh, fuck you. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if I want to say that. Then Seth Rollins might go on Twitter and start saying, "Oh, fuck that LMP guy."
Well, then you can call him a racist.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins probably would.
Yeah.
He'd just look at your avatar and be like, I'm Seth Rollins, I'd smash. He'd be like, he looks like Hans Molman, I'll take it. I'm Seth
Karen
Rollins.
Gillan.
She said, I'm gonna clap them cheeks. Fuck Area 51.
Like,
I'm going after LMP.
Clap LMP's cheeks. Seth
Whoa,
Rollins
whoa.
clapping LMP cheeks.
I'm flattered, sir. Maybe a little curious, but my answer is still no.
He'd be like, what if he still let you call yourself the man?
Wait, are we talking about Seth Rollins or Becky Lynch?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins, hell no. Becky Lynch, hell yes. Alex, if you're listening to this, man, I will definitely fight you and her boyfriend to claim her as my queen again.
So is Seth Rollins gonna have to wear the wedding dress? She's
Man,
gonna
he's
wear
about
the
to be the
tux?
ring girl. Listen, after I'm done fighting him, he's about to be the ring girl.
Well, actually, with what's going on with UFC over in Australia and the United Kingdom right now, he might have a good chance of that because they banned ring girls from their fights.
Oh,
It's
God.
sexist and misogynist and
Well, of course
archaic
it is. Yeah.
to have these ring girls. So they had a gentleman in
Aren't these the
trousers.
same twats that said Bond girls can't
Oh,
call themselves
God,
Bond girls
Yes,
anymore?
yes,
Fuck
yes.
that.
Yeah.
So
they also
they
banned the F1 girls too.
Yep.
And a lot of these women, this was extra work and
Yeah,
money, and they were pretty pissed off about it.
because 2019, yo.
dude, you figure a lot of these, like you said, because I know you did a video on this, Late. They're figure and fitness models, and they're getting paid damn good money to do this. And what they do for the UFC pays them really well too, outside of their modeling deals and supplement deals and shit like that. So this is like you're taking money out of their mouths. It's like they took our jobs, little South Park action there. But no, they really did, and that's like, isn't that quote unquote SJW terminology problematic into itself because you're costing women jobs in favor of men?
Yes,
They're
it is. And I'll tell you something else that pisses me off more about listening to this.
bitty bitty bitty.
Does not compute. I do not understand you.
Exterminate. Exterminate.
Hey, tell us what's going on in the Matrix, Neo.
Whoa, like
How'd that
I'm
say?
seeing numbers, yo. All right.
Wait,
So
hear what Geek Prime X say in the chat.
All right, I'm gonna highlight that one.
Yep.
yes,
Make
I
it
agree
all
with
about
that.
we need more boobs, because literally that's all we care about is boobs. Who doesn't like boobs?
I
Whoa,
like
yeah.
boobies. Booby Nate. Booby
Even
Nate.
women like boobs, even if they're not gay.
That is
That
true.
is a fact. That
It's
is
like that song LMP.
It's a
I like
proven
your
fact.
booty, but I'm not gay.
I like your booty, but I'm not gay. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, but
Yep.
see, speaking of that whole gay shit, and I know I'm this has like become my staple at this point.
hashtag the gay community.
The gay community. I'm about to get AJ Styles up in here.
Do you have a soccer mom haircut?
I do have long hair, by the way. Yeah.
Your manager?
Because I'm trying to picture LMP.
Oh, don't worry. You guys will probably see my face one of these days. And speaking of, I will be going to New York City Comic Con in about 2 weeks. So you'll probably see my face then. But anyways, that's
I think
the
it's going to be
story
my
for the
next
time.
set of memes that I make. I'm just going to turn a bunch of Daleks into SJWs. They're, just gonna, they're all going to have like the manager haircut.
Dominate? Went for hate?
Okay. So let me get to. Okay, so here's the thing I have the problem.
Destroy?
So you know how they always go on
Where's
like.
your manager?
Shut up. Yo, I can't. You're gonna make me laugh so hard my stomach will hurt again.
Make him shit himself.
Oh dear God, no.
Let me
Let
speak
me
to your
start-
manager?
Let me start doing
No,
some signs.
Hello,
Please. My sides. Oh God. No, stop.
LMP. I've placed a key to the handcuffs inside this bag of White Castle. You have to eat your way through it. Or else you'll be covered in Lena Dunham and Amy Schumer. You'll be covered in Lena Dunham and Amy Schumer feces.
Were we the ones that were talking about Lena Dunham would be the most likely to play Squirrel Girl?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Shut up.
Because
I
I
can't
was
unsee that ever again now.
now I'm gonna make a meme. I was screen sharing Squirrel
Christ.
Girl art the other day.
Oh my God. It'll be ironic if
If that
Lena
comes to
Dunham-
fruition, Pete, that's the part where you take the lamp and you
Yep.
bury it quietly in the backyard and play it.
It's taps played softly in the background.
Yep.
Honestly, the girl they're talking about casting to play Squirrel Girl, she's very fappable. It's Anna Kendrick. And yeah, I think Anna Kendrick's sexy. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't. Squirrel Girl's a fucking stupid character, but I just think Anna
That's
Kendrick's
furry
hot.
propaganda. I'm letting
It
you
is.
know that right now.
Here we go.
Furry
He's
propaganda, and it's immoral. It's a sin.
hashtag the furry community.
The fur community. Where?
The furry
Shut 'em down.
hentai community.
Shut him down.
The furry hentai robot community now. Shit.
Oh shit. Ah, did you really show him that?
I didn't think it would show the whole thing. I had it
Did
off
you-
screen. I thought it would hide it, and it didn't. It didn't work.
Oh, fuck you, Lake.
Oh, it did not. The secret's out of the bag now.
Great. Now, thanks a lot, Late. Next thing you know, all you need now is my name.
Combing
and
through
write
this
my name in the
speed
death
later
note.
for screen
Hey,
shares.
you said you were going to reveal yourself,
Let's
and I
see,
was
wait,
going to.
what's-
Well, when I was ready to, Late.
I know that.
1 hour 1 hour 52 minutes and like in 50 seconds.
See, this is what I thought it was going to do, and I was going to go, but it didn't work. I'm sorry.
Okay, thanks a lot, Late. Now, especially Tap knows how to kill me.
Oh, and there goes Pete again.
No,
See?
he killed Tap.
No,
The
you killed
Mexican
Tap.
Mafia already took Pete out.
No, I'm still here, baby.
Oh, then who's
I
not?
know. I'm good friends with the Latin community. The
Tap and
essays
Died
love
dropped.
me.
Tap and
No,
Died
you don't
dropped.
get it. Tap knows my name, man. Now he's seen my face, man. That guy's the biggest weeb here. He's gonna write my name in the death note. I'm gonna die.
He's the biggest weeb here. Oh no.
I don't know your name, so.
Of course you don't. You don't watch.
So
anime.
that was from episode 3, February 17th. No, it's not. That's not the right time.
You know what's funny is
episode
I'm
2
actually fatter now.
But yeah, that was when I would record it in video and then just yank out the audio. So if you go out listen to episode 3, it's just the audio.
Thank God no one listens to the show.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll share this all over the group now.
But I find it interesting. They instantly knew who it was. They didn't have to say. I was like, oh, and then I hit stop. It's like I didn't.
I knew as soon as that picture showed up, I looked right at it, and as soon as Quick Lake took it away, I said, I know who that is on the far right. I know who
Go in
that
the
is.
middle.
I
Late,
know
I
who
hate
that
you.
is.
Is he
So
really
much
on the
better.
far right though?
That was him. Because the
Are you,
middle,
are you alt right LMP?
he's all right.
I hate you so much right now, Late.
Because that was Kendo in the middle.
You guys, I hate you so much right now, Late. Don't talk to me anymore, Dad.
Oh. Well, good. We can.
No, he'll get over it.
You flaming bag of sticks.
Oh my God, though, it does look like Nick a little bit
Oh God.
without the beard.
I'm gonna Photoshop a beard onto him. Hang on.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, Nick without the beard. If you ever see pictures of Nick without the beard, he looks like he's 12. I mean, it's even when he's like in his mid-20s. It's unbelievable how much younger he looks without a beard.
I can't shave mine off. I look like a big penis, man. I'm bald. You can't have no facial hair and a bald head. Shit, you look like Lex Luthor or a dick. In my case, I look like a dickhead. So
Wait a second. You said that you look like a talking penis?
yeah, man. Hey, shit. I'm not. Self-deprecating humor is my speciality.
What?
He said he looked like a talking penis.
So?
Did you really
doesn't get-
forget?
He doesn't get anything out of it when I insult myself.
Oh
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna have to look for that video now.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I don't feel no pleasure.
That's what she said.
Mhm.
So Tap,
That's why you got to get the ribbed ones.
Oh,
God.
Tap. That was her belly button, bruh.
like, oh shit.
Tap was
It's
so
like, it's like
weird.
on Don't Be a Man. It's like wrong hoe, fool.
It's real Hollywood.
Here,
picture.
LP, I'll make up for it. I'll share this again.
no, don't do it. Oh wait, I mean it still doesn't make up for anything, but I'll accept it.
And for anyone who dares, if I have Abigail Clancy hot up here, which image was I used in the thumbnail? I don't remember. But she apparently was part of the fappening, so be careful how you search. Especially if
Yeah,
you're
you're
on a
gonna give
Windows
yourself some
machine.
viruses,
If you're on
and
a
not the
Windows machine.
STD kind.
Yeah, it was this one right here. This is what I used in the thumbnail. Got rid of the other crap and put her in there. All right, are we about done? Because I gotta be up at like dark 30 and out to
Mhm.
tomorrow.
Of
Yep.
course, you got to be up and ruin another life today.
Jesus Christ.
1 hour, 52 minutes, and 53 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who keep the score in the chat.
Only dropped twice.
Yep. I'm gonna.
The tap dropped, or did you mean to do that?
I dropped.
Okay.
I don't know what happened. Next thing I know, I just see it drop.
All right. Well,
Just
this has been
Revenge of
episode
the Router.
97, and I may or may not live to see 98. LMP, you want to say goodnight, or you just want to say hate you?
You
Channel Dad.
I hate you, you flaming bag of what did we say? Sticks? Yeah, sticks.
Yep.
Bundle of sticks. Oh, and then someone just Pete just dropped.
Jesus, couldn't you get the famous Pete outro?
He'll probably join back again. I
You
thought
little
Monica was
SOBs.
getting him a new router.
I thought he had one.
Yeah, I don't know.
He hasn't set it up. He doesn't know how to connect the IP. You might have to help him with that.
Okay.
I wish I could. If I could sit in front of his computer, I could probably
Yep.
figure it out.
And I finally uploaded last week's episode to BitChute, and so it's processing. It might be available. I don't know.
Word.
God, I hope this episode gets pulled down now.
You want me to go mass flag it with all my followers?
I'm about to follow Monday Matt right about now.
LMP's flag.
He's gonna flag our video.
He's gonna flag our video.
under all of his accounts.
All right, say goodnight, Tapping Day.
Good night, you bundle of sticks.
And Pete will let you go last since you keep dropping. So Adam, say goodnight.
Let me speak to your manager.
All right, and I have been your host, the soon to be replaced Brainmuffin, Channel Dad, Cuck Muffin, and Etep. Take us out.
Hey, this has been the Fan Caste, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Etep Queen. Be sure to subscribe to Raiders of the Lost Flicks. Go over to Brian Labe's channel. Subscribe to him if you haven't already. Come on over to Etep Queen. It's the place to be. Reviews where I hang out with all of yous. This has been the Fan Caste. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Faggot.
Biatch.
And I'm
Flag
going to
it.
work on some stuff since I'm going to try and do some experimentations. And maybe at some point I'll be clicking a button and we'll actually have a live outro that's like what you see on BitChute. All right. Wouldn't that mean
Mm-hmm.
I have to basically hang up on everybody, though.
Just hit the B square.
All right. Yeah. Don't hang up. I want to try something right here, quick here, right before I click in stream. So if I say
Don't hang
do
up.
this, everybody stays around and I can still hear them. And good night.